Hello from the land of TV. This is King Kool within a special episode of King Kool's Distracted Movie Reviews. Today on the show, we're going to be reviewing Masters of Speed and Time. I had to look up the exact name on my note. It wasn't exactly positive. That's one you always think, oh, space and time. It's like, no, speed and time. I'll check it out. And the thing is, this special about this one is that it's not actually on Netflix. Ow. So I had to have Evil Jim was the one who suggested it. He's like, oh, I want to check out this movie. And it's not on Netflix. I'm like, well, how are you gonna? So he sent it to me. It's apparently a bit of a cult classic. That's why I'm playing this very special game that's certain to distract me even more than average. So, onto the movie. Man, fighting games are not good for this. It's just ridiculous. It's about, like, there's a guy who made this short called The Wizard of Speed and Time. He made it, it's just a little thing with stop motion and, combining, stop motion, and he moves around, and he's like a superhero, sort of, not really a superhero, but he's magical, using the power of special effects. The guy's a special effects wizard. And they're a little short. He said, watch the short first. I'm like, alright, I did. I'm kind of glad I did watch the short first, because it would have been pretty confusing without it, to see why anything that in the movie has any significance. But it's like, the guy, this character of the wizard, reminds me most of the warden from Super Jail, if any of you have seen that show. Trying to do the taunt, it's not working. Because he's just this guy with unspecific but incredibly, wild powers. They don't really come up in the movie much because it's supposed to take place in the real world, but there are little flickers of him using special effects style crap that they do. Really, the movie reminds me most of his adaptation, because it's very meta. It's about him going into the Hollywood system and trying to make this movie, but being stymied by, being an outsider, and people not believing that he did these special effects on his own. And people are like, what do you mean? Who'd you get to do these? And it's like, nobody, I just did them. It's like, well, then why are you in the movie? It's because I'm always around, and because I always listen to the director. So it's very sort of meta. I hate fighting Jan Lee. I almost didn't do this because fighting Jan Lee is such a pain in the ass, even on easy. Yes, I'm playing on easy, alright? I haven't played this game in ages. So, friggin' give me a break. And it's about him trying to I guess in a certain way, make the movie that he's making at that moment. I guess sort of quantum documentary style, I guess, to a certain extent. What the hell was that? I didn't even see. Look, he's disattached his foot. Die. Just get him out of the friggin' way. It's just. I really enjoyed it because it was so very positive. Like, it's so, like, energetic and almost manic in its energy, and it's so thoroughly optimistic. Come on, Jesus! It's so very optimistic in its view, and it's just like I mentioned doing these cars that when I saw it, I was like, man, a lot happens in this movie, doesn't it? I'm so used to things sort of taking their time. It's like, let's waste 5 minutes on this scene. And then we figure out where we're gonna go. Yeah, die. But this movie just moves along very briskly, and such an energetic little movie. It's almost. I'm just checking to make sure I'm recording, because I wouldn't want to be doing that again. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm getting distracted. Oh, damn it! Well, I'm trying to think of more specific. It's hard to talk about it specifically because it's just such a weird, it's so, I mean, this is why I like independent movies. Some people are like, down on, frick. Okay, it still works. People are down on, like, M. Night Shyamalan, who's basically the only thing we have that's an auteur, because he's, you know, does everything. He's writer, director, etc. But sometimes that can turn out to be really good. I didn't do the move right. What the hell? But I'd rather have people just have their ideas and make them exactly as they are in their mind, and make something different. And this time it made something that's quite good and quite just so beautifully refreshing about the how positive this movie is. Even in everything made about Hollywood is all about, oh, you'll crush your dreams, they'll eat you alive, etc., etc. Die. Oh boy, there we go. You must have got one hit in there. Come on. Ah, jeez. There is one scene, I do have to point this out, and a scene that is, in general, very interesting and new and refreshing. There's one scene that I'm going to have to bring out everyone's favorite players for, because this is a scene you have seen literally in every movie. Put me down. Oh, god damn it. So, while I get my ass kicked, go ahead and, let's welcome the inanimate players. My hands. Yo, in this moment of reprieve we have here today, it makes me think on all that backstory that happened to me so many years ago. It makes me appreciate the little things in life. Those things that have really great boobs. I find this inexplicably charming. Door opens.
Oh. Sorry for not knocking. I don't believe in it. Did I interrupt something?
No, we're all set. And we're back. Aren't they great? Come on. Doing something wrong. One thing I'm also going to mention is that there's a lot of sort of cameos from, I think, people who are just sort of interesting. First is Steven Stucker, who was in Airplane. He's the guy who, I don't remember the character's name, but he was like, well, first the dinosaurs came, and then they got too big and fat, so they went extinct. And then the Arabs, you know, that scene, that guy from Airplane. He's in it briefly. Steve Brody, who, was an actor, the guy, who played the guy with the mustache in, Giant Spider Invasion. Maybe he was in other stuff, but I was like, why have I seen this guy before? He's actually, you know, a fairly main character in it. Come on. And then there was Philip Vincent Thomas, if I wrote that down right, who was also in Vice City and Miami Vice, who played Lance Vance. I meant to say that in the other order, so it would be more impressive, but... And finally, there are these two sort of thugs. One of them's American, one of them's Canadian. Like very stereotypical Canadian. The stereotypical Canadian guy is played by Gary Schwartz, the guy who plays the Heavy in Team Fortress 2. So I found that amusing when I looked that up. I obviously didn't recognize him on sight, because it was, what was it, 20-something years ago now this was shot. But, come on. Where's my combo card? See, when I really like a movie like this, it's hard for me sometimes to come up with enough to talk about. Because I'm just like, alright, it's good. It's like, I enjoyed it. Unless there's something specifically that I can think of. I sort of have trouble praising it, because, well, then again, it doesn't happen that often where I will simply go out and come on. I will go out and talk about how much I enjoyed a movie. But this one, it's probably really difficult to get your hands on. But, you know, there's apparently, I think it might be on YouTube. Someone might have put it up on there. Although, I mean, I don't know if that is what the original creator wants. I have his name written down somewhere. I don't remember it. Mike Jitlov? I don't know if that's an I or if that's an L. There. Getting distracted again. It's just such a positive. Like, after I watched that movie, I was like, I'm so glad I watched it. It's such a positive and interesting and strange, weird, surreal, you know, experimental little movie. And I'm so glad I saw it. So, I don't know if you're going to be able to find it. Son of a bitch! I still got one round, but I was doing good. I would check it out. So, I'm not certain what else to say. Do the kick, damn it. Come on, put me down. I didn't mean to pause there. There we go. Alright, I just want to see if I beat her. I think that's all I got to say. It's definitely an interesting movie. I don't know if you're going to be able to check it out, because it's not on Netflix. Maybe it should be on Netflix. It should get its own release or whatever. Definitely give it a shot. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm not going to fight Bayman, because he's just going to kick my stupid ass. Run away! Run away! Backflip to freedom. Nope. Alright, whatever. That's enough for me. This is King Kool. Drive home safe.